Alright, Minecraft, who you calling a pigman? I'm Hambbage, not a pig. How's everybody doing? Howdy and welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. Nice to have you here. We're going to play some more hardcore vanilla Minecraft and get it launching right now. I missed saying it. This last episode was our 11th of the 11 world. Jingle Bell Rainbow. Little verbal further hint: six men walking on a Jingle Bell Rainbow is the full reference there. Um, a little obscure, but it's a bridge to a bridge is the way I like to look at it. So we are here. Okay, let's get back into game mode here. Um, we wrapped up the last episode. We've taken a big old hike and boat ride actually, our home, and I'd gotten a little bit turnaround, so I want to make sure I'm not missing this, but I believe this is south. Yep. So we are way the heck back that way. We've just kind of been picking our way through. Excuse me, a little hiccupy. Hiccup burpee. Yeah, just kind of picking our way through. We've hit a few villages, a couple temples, a number of villages. Did I say the villages? A portal. I don't know. Kind of lost track there. But yeah, just being opportunistic, kind of foraging a bit, plundering a bit. About the only way we can say it. I don't know. The villagers have done pretty well off us, actually, because it's some of those chests we've opted to not keep on carrying what we had. So, by and large, they've done all right. We haven't left them too short of any compensation. We could end up into the open here a bit. Obviously, there's a lot of noise. So before we... There's our saddle we were talking about. Before we go too crazy with the TNT, I think we're going to take what goodies we can find. We won't go over a stack of bones. So there we go. That's all the bones we're going to take. We're going to put this away. Definitely take those. I'm not going to take a second saddle just now. Like I said, we'll end up with way more than we ever need. Fortune 2. We'll take that. If we ended up with Fortune 2 on a pick, we could get the full Fortune 3. So that's worth carrying. And then nothing else. So all in all, not too bad. We needed the saddle. The gold is always good. And getting a book that we can actually potentially use is pretty good as well. And now we'll make our exit. We don't want to mess around with the zombies we're hearing. They're in contact with us. Now there was the broken portal. We're headed north again now. And we kind of shot past that without really noticing it. Picking up that portal right over, I guess we're right in line with it now. Over there first. So there's kind of the screws of fate. You know what? This is silly. We are now jammed up. We're gonna have to get rid of something we want every time we take something different. So instead of going further north, even though we've got more desert, we'll just, as we said, start heading back a little bit more to the west, picking up the savanna, and we're going to try to just get more and more cows. If we can kind of hop from savanna to savanna, if in fact that keeps going. There's a new village. Let's see, maybe some apples. Do we have? Yeah, we do have red apples, so we could add more of those. More beet seeds. I guess we could make more bone meal, but that gets problematic because we are running out of space to break down the bones. And these don't even have the nice. I don't even think they have beets. However, if this is the little cartography hut, this is not at all. They do have cartographer buildings sometimes, and those could give us paper, books, blank maps, some of those kinds of goodies. Which again, they unfortunately they often just get tossed. Because we find something better, but for now at least we'll take the paper. Anything in there? Just a bed. Yeah, I think we just want to cruise. We're gonna see so much stuff now. I guarantee you. Every way we turn, there's gonna be more portals and chests and who knows, ships, temples, all kinds of stuff. And we're gonna have to throw away perfectly good stuff. I guess iron picks are something we could definitely toss. We've got a lot of iron. And certainly there's more exposed in the tunnel we just got. We can mine pretty efficiently now. We don't have to worry too much about that. And there's cows. And hey, that works because we already have these. Unbreaking hoe. Prot boots, vanishing. I'm not too worried about any of that kind of stuff. God, the hoe's a novelty anyway. Alright, let's get our axe up here. Backtrack for cows. He better run. Alright, and just a kazoomple check. That's a number. It's like a double or a triple check, but it's a kazoomple check. That we're going south. That's the one where you've already done it a bunch of times and know better, but still do it anyway. To avoid future embarrassment. The embarrassment part is really the driving factor there. Alright, so I think we'd kind of, well, no, is that the one on the coast that we already came up through and got the cows? Oh, no. This is why it's nice to keep everything in an episode. Oh, there are cows, though, so even if we went around the other side of that hill, come back here, you can get these before we sleep. How did I miss you, cow? Alright, sleepy, sleepy, sleep. And I guess, having had that success, we will just follow along here. Caution to the wind. We don't care if we retrace our footsteps too much if we find a few more cows. So we might as well face it. We're addicted to beef. Da-na-na-na. Now I know this is what's going to want to get us, but I don't want to miss temples, you know? We don't really have room to put anything from temples away, but worth a peek here and there. But I honestly think we're kind of better off focusing on the we can dump the water, get more milk from some cow somewhere, I hope. It's a lot of you guys. Maybe we don't even have to worry about it if I can get them to all shoot their leader. Oh. Should really think about this. Ooh, and I got a crossbow. Is he dead yet? Come on. How is he always lagging behind? Seriously, dude. Oh, there's one. That was a shot. Oh, I didn't have any room. I shouldn't forget that crossbow. Oh, no. Go, get him. Oh, get me. Oh, they got him. All right, good. Two crossbows. Cool. Well, we didn't even have to worry about fooling around with the... Alright, this is where it gets a little dicey. Pick up the two crossbows. I didn't see the enchanted one or anything like that. Okay, now... It's a lot of arrows. What do we want to ditch? I guess this makes the most sense. I mean, the paper is kind of silly to be hanging on to. Now, is this the same village we just seen from the other side, maybe? I don't know. But it's nice that we're not walking in all tainted with bad omen. I don't think there's much point in doing... What was that little scratchy note? Oh, maybe that was a cartographer type deal. Paper, that's a lot of maps. I don't usually make much use of empty maps, but 6 of them. Alright. Cows. Cows are our focus, and getting home. We gotta keep getting distracted. Oh, here's our music and our no music. It's very soothing and peaceful. Speaking of soothing and peaceful, though, one of you cows was smart and gets to live because you decided to have a youth. And great as my need for leather and all things steaky are. Speaking of which, how's our beef? We're not quite there yet. 24 leather, though, is very good. Just scanning for cows. Where could they be? So anyway, speaking of very relaxing, I, while I was setting up the video to run and just kind of taking some time away, I pulled up my subscriptions, just see what was latest, and visitor to the channel and very awesome commenter, Ricky CFT, did a cool thing, which I'm sure everybody's done, and I'm late to the party as usual. I'm not very social media guy. You know, I'm not chasing trends or anything like that, but I have seen some very cool relaxation type time lapses and things like that in uh, other creators' channels where they've used their Minecraft world to make something, you know, not let's play gameplay stuff, but just using the environment and either music or sounds or something, make just a kind of the opposite of what I'm used to in hardcore, which is just a quiet, peaceful setting that you can just chill and relax to. Most of what I've ever seen, though, has always been of the kind of short and dirty variety, right? It's, you know, slow-mo time lapse or something like that with some cool music in the background or something, you know, in the up to 10-minute variety. And what I saw on my break, obviously I didn't watch the whole thing, but um, Ricky had used a jungle-based world that he had. I don't know all the specifics of it, but he went into a house that he had with like a big window overlooking this jungle and then set up the weather so that it would just stay in a perpetual thunderstorm and chilled looking out the window over his, you know, basically his view from his house and made an hour of, you know, it's basically the rainy thunderstorm. You hear that kind of stuff. That's what I've talked about in the past. I usually do it with like underwater tropical fish and that kind of stuff where you hear like the breathing in the scuba tank and the water and the, you know, kind of the gurgle and that kind of stuff. But yeah, weather sounds and all those, you know, there's all those various relaxing, you know, music to study to, music to relax to, sounds, nature sounds, that kind of stuff. So that's what he effectively made, but using the Minecraft environment instead of like a real outdoor nature. Very cool. I was pretty impressed. I thought it was great. Of course, now we got to make another decision. We can certainly take these. We're taking the emeralds, but let's keep looking here. Thorns, that makes that decision easy. I'll take another golden apple though, and more emeralds and apples. All right, so what do we want to ditch? I guess another pick. And how did we just end up throwing two torches away? What do we do? Oh, I guess it was coming down here in the other temple. I mean, I guess all things being equal, a shovel is only one piece of iron, right? So that makes more sense. Well, not the most amazing, but not awful. All right, now which way did we come upon this? I think we were coming. Well, wait, that's west, so we want to go this way, right? I can tell directions. Alright, I'll sleep. Coffee. Now which way? Come on, man. East, south. Cows. I'm too fast for the world. I don't know where the other cows were. We got no time to look, though. We're now on a mission. Mission to get home. Get our steaks in the oven. Because a baked steak, I mean, I guess like a roast, right? That's awesome. But you don't typically think of baking a steak. Just out of curiosity. So we got a couple hundred blocks back to the east and a bunch of blocks south still. We're nowhere close, so he moved. Now, a lot of that was the boat, though. What we don't want to do is overshoot, but if we get to those kind of formidable mountains, we'll know. But I think this desert may all link up, and this may have just emerged as savanna in the midst of it, which is good because we want more chances for temples, more, the great white whale of our enchanted temple, of course, is can we get the, as I say enchanted, can we get the enchanted golden apple? Now, that one we may have already hit. Kind of looks torchy there. If we just look at the top of the temple, it kind of looks like I put a torch on there. Which isn't the worst thing in the world. One, as we are painfully aware, we are so burdened with stuff that we really don't have a lot of extra room. Yep, that's definitely been visited. Let's snack. And now that we know that, we can just kind of keep cutting back in a little bit more. And already, I mean, something else is going to get discovered or found, or we're going to get lost, or we're going to nearly die, or something else will happen on our way back. I know we're not clear yet, but we've already done very well for ourselves with what we've gotten here. Couple meh kind of portal golden tools, but worth hanging on to on the chance that we can improve them further with an anvil. But some of those supplies, having full stack of bones, having a bunch of gunpowder, string, TNT, all those kind of things that we just didn't have much of at all, just a one-off here or there. All those are now well enough supplied that we can use them. The bones go a long way once we start really farming, and if we now go exploring and find taigas or other forests, we can get a doggy friend. It should be great. We don't have any friends. We don't have any name tags yet, but at least with doggies and cats, we can tame them without needing them and just leave them anonymous for the time. Jumping over whatever that was, not looking back. No time to worry. I mean, we should worry, but we're not gonna. I hope I can make it out of here don't want to get stuck in a box canyon. Nowhere to go. Here, 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 here. Alright, there we go. Now, is that the ship? It is. I think this is the island. I don't know which way is faster. Let's go around the island this way. We do still have our boat out. That was another thing, ultimately, I guess we could have dumped the boat. It's just that's a pain in the keister, too, when you're already full of inventories, like merging those two crossbows. you end up futzing around with it so much, to drop everything, chop down or punch or chop down a tree or whatever, get the wood, make a crafting table, place that, pick it up, switch it out for the planks that you then need to do to make the boat, have an inventory space. It's all up and down, and just you're kind of fooling yourself. I think we're going around the long way here, but don't really feel like I have a good grasp if this is just continuous or if there's some little gaps in there. Also, I think we want to get out around the point of land anyway. I don't know yet, but we'll probably... just kind of rambling here as my thoughts pop into my head. I don't know the layout of these islands very well, like where there's little cut-throughs, channels to get through the kind of island chain. Which, if we're thinking about it, we talked about the barrier islands, kind of Carolinas and southeastern United States. There's a whole string of islands that really protect the inner coastline from the storms of the Atlantic. Those islands get battered. There's not a whole lot on them, but they do, behind them, the waterways and connecting saltwater marshes and all that do protect the real coastline from too much damage from the water and erosion and all that kind of stuff. But they have lots of channels and waterways through, so you can then get in and out and away. Once we fully get set up, I think we'll want to have some waterways, depending on where field's up and all that, some canals to cut through so we don't have to make this big loop. And we should really explore more back through these rivers to get a feel for where all that connects, but we've done a bunch of overland exploring here now. The better part of 2 episodes. Let's check our time real quick. We're at 28 minutes, so we got some time to do something. Where to begin? Let's start with food. Beet seeds. Very good. So with our pumpkins, we are now... Excuse me. We'll set there. We also have a full stack of steaks. Let's get those crisping up here in the oven. We have golden carrots now. Very nice. As a potential food source, we've got paper. Let's put the extra maps in by the treasure maps, and I'm also going to put the saddle in there. I should also... No, I'll forget a bit. I'll forget it if I put the crossbow in there. Let's leave it out, but let's now take all of these. I'll still probably forget about them, but now it's on you guys in the comments. If you're watching this, remember, I've got some goodies. I don't know why I have... Oh, that's just a... In fact, I have that. What? Why am I holding on to this? It's XP. At some point, we'll want to get rid of that. The Res 1 helmet we wanted to keep. We don't need those. I think we'd worn them for a minute, but now that we have diamond, even with the projectile protection, which I think was why we were hanging on to those, we would prefer the diamond boots that we have on. So Alright, horse armor. Maybe we swap these. And then we'll hang on to that Fortune 2 book as well. Back over here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Huge, by the way. That's good. That's good. Those are good. And there, already got 10. Bunch more bones. Alrighty. Now we gotta replace the tools we just callously threw away. Felt kinda dirty, but we got some marginally good stuff as a result. It's those gold tools I kinda know I'm likely not ever gonna use, that I feel the worst about, but hey, that's what we gotta do. And honestly, if we do end up using that moss block, then we'll actually have a use for it. You know, I don't mind wasting an entire fortune gold hoe on moss, since we, you know, what else are we going to use it on? It's not that good, but if that gives us a chance to get some more moss, we're a particular goodie. In fact, that's not we got. Oh, I forget. I keep thinking we're like at 50 minutes, but I don't care. Let's go do it. I've never done this before at all. I don't want to forget. Taking this, and we are taking, oh, let's do those. Now, I don't know how all this goes. Let's couple it with trying to get a little more familiar with going this way. I kind of think it just ends, right? Isn't that what we discovered? That this way it really doesn't go far at all? Maybe? Maybe it does. Oh, and there's our end. Maybe. More water there. What are we trying to get to? There's the mountains. Excuse me and my hiccupy burpy things. Some point we're gonna have to figure this out. We're not making intricate canals yet because we have too much water, villages accessible and all that. We don't need it yet, but eventually we're gonna want to get out to these shores as well. And it, you know, kind of seems like the game is just teasing that all these are kind of semi-connected. Cut off by little bits of land, but making it tempting to just link a bunch of canals, so we could be going over on that side or out that way. I think one of the two was the way we ended up back in here, I believe. All right. Doing this kind of to discover and kind of without really wanting to wreck unintentionally everything right around us. That's cool. I guess, had we come through there? I don't know. Betting we probably did, but there's a good stairway up right here. Grab the boat before we forget it. Alright, so what are we doing now? Well, my understanding of how this stuff works is we take the moss, we plant it, we bone meal it, and it spreads. Huzzah! Oh, we did so well there. All right. So again, this is all new for me. I'm so excited. Everybody else will be like, what? Who cares, man? It's some moss on an azalea. Why do you care? But special, darn it. Don't want that. There we go. Our very first ever moss and azaleas, and we got one flowering. So let's hide that. Get that. There's our screenshot. All right, back to business. So, as you see, we planted the one moss and bone mealed it, and moss will spread and change whatever blocks they're on. That's why I didn't want to do it right around my base, because I don't want to have big holes, but then it keeps spreading. And probably got a bunch of good fortune there, having these first azalea trees. Now, I think, boom! Now we got a big azalea tree. Hoo hoo hoo. I don't know why I bothered to take my snapshot of my first mossiness when I could have me under first azalea tree. Awesome. Okay, I promise no more pictures now. So now we also have, and this is where this is going to go very quickly. I don't think this does anything too awesome, but I think it was and I don't know if these give us anything. No, that's not a good idea. But I think these might. Wasn't there something good with fortune? Maybe it's just a very low chance of dropping azalea blocks. But as you can see, we're getting mossy carpet. Very cool. And we're getting. Well, there's that. Let's see, trees. Now, can I... Okay, good. That makes that. So I want to get those. Now, of course, we don't have a hoe anymore. But these aren't too difficult to grab. So I don't know if there's anything special about the mossy carpet, except that as far as my reading went, and I haven't really studied up on this or anything, these are technically transparent blocks, the moss and the mossy carpet, but I think they will allow mobs. I think that includes the carpet, so be aware of that it behaves a little bit differently. But if you wanted to have a carpeted room and still have mobs spawning in it, that would be the way to go about it. So just to grab this is rooted dirt, another new block for me. Never had it before. It grows underneath some of these trees and can spread. I think if you're, I think it can go deeper, but just a textured dirt block, a different variety, so that we don't leave this floating completely untouched. We can spread some of these back around, and then let's just expand things out a little bit. I assume this is just regular grass. Oh, that's so carpet will not let it spread. The moss blocks will. I don't know why these are all growing right next to the tree. But now we got a couple. Oh, good, 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 good. I wanted a couple of those. I can't let it get dark out. So I think we need Silk Touch to chop and maybe shears would also chop the azalea blocks. But these trees, they're awesome. They also break really easy with an axe. Let's get our bed ready here. So yeah, we'll just make a little mossy I mean, it's a stony mountain. I don't think we're wasting too much world potential here. Alright, now let's sleep. By making a little azalea grove. But I think we'll definitely bring our flowering ones back and kind of beautify around our home. Since they're new, and I haven't had them yet. We wanted them in slow cooker. Never got it, or had just gotten moss. Maybe, I don't know. These go so fast when you hit them. Just breathe on them with an axe in your hand, and they blow up. Well, that was cool. Fun little thing for me to do that I've never done. Thanks for hanging out in the sidetrack from our otherwise all-encompassing drive to get more, excuse me, more diamonds and leather and all that. Although we have the leather now. Now we just need diamonds. Diamonds and levels. Glue ink. Take that. Lots of lava. I think that this had gotten cut off and we kind of reached up to these mountains and then went overland. That was how we got in. Maybe we'll discover that those rivers connect. Kinda doubt it though. In fact, I think we went up into those mountains, didn't we? Maybe? Don't really remember. But this seems vaguely familiar. If it isn't, it seems right now. Goat. Somewhere over here that we heard that hilarious goat sound. If you guys make that human-sounding goat sound call again, I will be so happy. It just makes my heart glad. Was it? I don't think it was that one. Not the chicken sound. So I believe we're winding back. Oh, yeah, there's our finger of land. So that's good. So let's just kind of cut this way. I was going to go all the way out to the shore and drop the boat and go, oh, there's our house. So this is the salmon river. All right. There's the salmon. Stopping our boat. Big old salmon. Now, I don't know exactly what we're going to do with these azaleas yet, but they're going to be awesome. Let's... Oh, forgot we had our little nook in here. Well, let's make this the azalea nook. Moss and roots and flowering and carpet. Here's the trees. And I want to play around with those a little bit, but I kind of want to get more into decor before we just start plunking them everywhere. I mean, that's kind of the way your base and things evolve, I guess. But that... there eventually for sugarcane. I think we'll fill... Well, let's just do a couple here. We're gonna need them. There we go. Now, what are we at? Still doing that. This is just piecemeal. I should have done more quickly. Do this. And that was a funnel iron sword. Again, why we do not use diamond when we're harvesting bamboo. Alright, well, we can do scaffolding. So, before we ever think about heading back to the Amethyst Village, what do we call it? Amethyst Acres Village and Crystallarium. Before we head back there, we'll want to make scaffolding so that we can kind of fill in and around those crystals and make sure that we have access points to go up and get the little shards as they grow. That will be worth probably at least an episode at some point. Not before we get the diamonds, but with 10-15 minutes left as we have it, I think, knowing that eventually we'll want to do that, let's get more salmon that now we no longer have to cook, because now we have steak. And we can get a bunch bunch of salmon to keep raw and give to our kitty cats when we go out and do these little expeditions and find more villages. So we haven't gotten all the cats yet in any of our worlds, and that's one I kind of enjoy. It's easy. It's much easier with the either a villager trading outpost that's just cranking out cats from the golems and kind of going the cruel remove the cats as they pop up, because they'll keep spawning. The cat population is kind of right there with the villagers. Depending on the size of the village, you get different amounts of cats. If the cats are thinned out, they'll keep popping up new ones to meet that level. So that's one really good way to do it. The other easy way is once you have elytra, just going village to village, flying over, drop in, scan the cats, have a bunch of fish, and you're... Would you guys come here? Hey, come here. Oh. They're all hiding under my boat. I'm gonna need a bigger boat. About time for... Some of these are tough fish. Seriously, you gotta hit a fish twice with a sword. It's a pretty tough fish. So, not crazy, but we have jumped a level. Like I said, good to have raw fish ready to go. We'll eventually have to do line pole fishing too, and get the advancement. It's just there's no competing with finding these little spawn points in rivers and grabbing the fish this way. Way better. $39. I'm sure there's extras floating around too. Can we sword a stack of fish before we finish up for the day? I don't know, I've only got 20 left. grass. $51. Come on, fishies. May not be the most riveting, exciting video wrap-up conclusion. I'm assuming most of you guys have already clicked on to the next, whatever we may be doing in that one, but I like it for a couple minutes of excitement. And look, we're almost to level 36. So these wonderful little fishy friends pack an XP wallop too. Hey. I don't know what the zombie's all about. Okay, 3 more fish. Come on. Need 3, get 20. Alright, well, that was fun. We got a bunch. They will keep going, as we well know, all day. Oh, look at them all. That's alright, though. We didn't quite get to level 36, but we're moving along nicely. And now all we have to do is try to remember not to waste them or cook them. Waste. Alright. Lots of cat food. Put that away. I was like, oh, there's another sword I can combine. No, that's the one you just set aside. Alright. Those 2 off. We are geared up. It wouldn't be right if we weren't just a second or 2 over. So let's zip out here, get 1 more load. In fact, let's stay. They look so short. I mean, I guess we're almost completely grown. We are complete. No, we're only 2 high. All right, never mind. Let's actually wrap up out here and see if by saying hello and goodbye and everything, we can't keep these sugar canes growing a little bit, because now we need paper. It's always something. You guys are awesome. I hope you know it. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you're still hanging out despite having done a bunch of fishing and chasing a bunch of cows around in the savannah, and then in between, for a little extra excitement, watching moss grow into trees. It's been riveting, the high-quality excitement you guys have come to expect. You're right to do so and demand only the highest quality from your YouTube creators. Epic, or... Oh, no, not epic. Eple. I don't know what that means, but awesome. Yeah, no, I really I can't express how fun it is to see you guys saying hello and reaching out. Really cool. I really enjoy you guys hanging out. So keep up the awesome, friendly contact and commentary. Keep coming back. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you do have feedback, things within the context, you guys know, if you do know enough about how I play, what I've talked about, some of those kind of things to have a feel for what we like to do in these worlds. If you've got ideas on things that would fit into that style of play and go, let me know. I'd be happy to try to accommodate if they do fit in. Ultimately, I'm just going to blindly say I'll do whatever you guys tell me to do, but within reason. If I think it's a good idea, absolutely we'll go for it. Also, kind of start thinking animal pet names. We now have a bunch of fish. We got a bunch of bones. At some point, we'll be getting dogs and cats, and at some point, we'll probably run across a name tag here or there. So, if you have ideas for animal names, and at this point, I'm going to kind of direct it back to figuring out the world name, what the hint is there, the reference. It's not. It's a little obscure. It's not a common one, but with a quick bit of googling, you would figure it out very quickly. And the other bits are are there. You need to figure out where that comes from. You then need to figure out how that applies to the world, and then what the bridge to the bridge is out of that. And that takes a little bit more to dig in, but that will teach you a little bit about something I enjoy and more. But more clues to come with the pet names once we get there, if you guys don't come up with better ones. But try to tie it into that theme if you can. And if nothing else, if you can't figure it out and you just want to stay, try to think something that associates to 11. This is our 11th world, and that's what we're doing, the 11. So we will wrap this up and take a break and see you guys back for one more at least today and go from there. See you.